The conquest of the Ming was not completed in the year 1644, however. A major wave of resistance emerged in South China. Shortly after Beijing was lost, a group of Chinese ministers, nobles, and officials met in the southern city of Nanjing to consider the fate of the South. The South was then under the control of a man named Shi Kefa, the Southern Minister of War. They decided to establish a Ming court in exile that would, with Shi Kefa's support, resist the Manchu Qing militarily, not unlike what the Qing Dynasty tried to do when the Jurchens invaded in the 12th century. Resistance to Manchu rule grew particularly fierce following a Qing imperial edict issued in 1645. This infamous edict required the newly subjected Ming population to shave their heads so as to create a conspicuous outward display of their submission to the new regime. The edict read as follows: "All residents of the capital and its vicinity will fulfill the order to shave their heads within 10 days of this proclamation. Those who follow this order belong to our country. Those who hesitate will be considered treasonous bandits and will be heavily penalized." According to an orthodox Confucian outlook, the act of shaving one's head, particularly as submission to foreign rule, represented a fundamentally unfilial act, insofar as one's body was understood not to be one's own private possession, but to be an inheritance from one's ancestors. To alter the body in this way represented something akin to the desecration of ancestral memory. Shortly after the edict was promulgated, the Ming general Shi Kefa ordered the absolute defense of the southern city of Yangzhou. Qing forces responded by laying merciless siege upon the city. After the city fell in May 1645, Qing generals visited revenge upon the city's inhabitants, unleashing a 10-day period of murder, destruction, and rape. It would take the Manchus 40 more years to consolidate their control over the territory of the former Ming, beginning with the subjugation of Ming loyalists in the south, which lasted until 1662, but followed by the pacification of a rebellion in the southwest, which was finally crushed in 1681, and lastly, a maritime rebellion in Taiwan that survived until 1683. And thus, roughly 50 years after declaring war against the Ming, the Qing had completed their conquest.